Dear SSC first year students, the 11th graders, you are the most vibrant and dynamic group of our population. You are the rising stars in the sky of Bangladesh. You are the blooming flowers of the garden of our nation. You were likely to sit for your final exam, but unluckily couldn't because of the COVID-19 disaster. As teenagers, it's very difficult for you to go through this type of unprecedented sufferings. You are facing all damaging uncertainty, but remember, the flow of life never stops. We have to survive. We have to overcome this crisis. Never lose heart. Let me express my feelings through some musical lines. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. আমরা করব জয়, আমরা করব জয়, আমরা করব জয় একদিন। আহা বুকের গভীরে আছে প্রত্যয়, আমরা করব জয় একদিন। Dear students, despite this corona pandemic, you have to carry on your studies, so I welcome you to my class. I am Abul Hasnat Mahabubur Rahman, Hasnat Mahabub, Associate Professor of English, Nawab Faizunnisa Government College, Laksham, Kumilla. This is SSC first year class, English first paper. I will discuss today question number 3. Before going to your class, before going to the topic, I would like to quote William Shakespeare. Shakespeare says, brevity is the soul of wit. It means that to use fewer words is the root of intelligence. Shakespeare suggests to use fewer words to give maximum meaning with minimum words. And he says this is the root of intelligence. So now you think what we are going to do in this class. Actually, we are going to do a language point which needs shortening. So now you see, we can say or write one thing in a long form or in a short form. Here are 3 examples for you. On the left hand side, there are long expressions, and on right hand side there are the short expressions. First one, there are 4 rules that should be observed, but alternatively we can say 4 rules should be observed. Number 2, the function of this department is the collection of accounts. Alternatively, in a shorter form we can say the department collects accounts. The Acme Corporation is developing a new customer device that allows users to communicate vocally in real time. In a shorter form, we can say the Acme Corporation is developing a new cell phone. Now you can guess what we are going to do in this class, and that is summarizing or summary writing. Dear students, we need summary for our academic purposes and even for our professional purposes. When you will be officers, administrators, you will need to write some reports, and before submitting the reports, you have to make summary of the report. So, summary is very important in our life. At the end of the session, you will be able to define a summary, classify summaries, analyze the process of creating a summary, and write a summary. Now, let us know what a summary is. A summary is a shortened version of a passage or article. Here I have to clarify the word passage. Passage is a common term which is used both for poetry and prose. A piece of prose may be called a passage, and a group of poetic lines may be called a passage. It is a common term. But only for poetry you can use a stanza, and only for prose you can use a paragraph. So passage is a common term which covers both poetry and prose. In writing a summary, you cannot add your own thoughts. All the material in the summary comes from the source text. Depending on the purpose of the summary and the length of the original, the summary may be as long as 25% of the length of the original or as short as 1%. Actually, summary has no specific length. Academic summary is of two types. Descriptive summary. It is done in summary writer's own voice and words. And informative summary. It presents the information directly as in the original. Now here are some guidelines for you. These are called do's and don'ts in summary writing. What you can do and what you cannot do. What you can keep in summary and what you have to avoid in summary writing. In the left hand column, we have the do's. So you can read the entire passage while you are going to write a summary. You have to read time and again the entire passage. Select the major points. Organize the selected points. Use third person. Keep almost 1/3 of the passage. Though there is no specific length for the summary, but yet it is a tradition in Bangladesh to use almost, not exactly, the 1/3 of the passage. Follow the topic sentence. This you have to do. But some things, there are some points which you cannot do. Don't use second person in summary, even first person. You have to avoid examples, questions, quotation or inverted commas. Bracketed information. Bracketed information is optional. You can take it or you can avoid it. That's why in writing a summary, you should not take the bracketed information from the original passage. Proverbs. Don't use the proverbs in summary. Comparison and contrast. You have to avoid comparison and contrast. You can use a umbrella word which covers the series. Use short cohesive sentences. Use simple language. Keep objective point of view. Use single words instead of long phrases. Follow the original organization. Take notes and write from notes. Check your summary against the original. On right hand side, another list which you cannot do. You have to avoid modifiers, repetition, imperative sentences, simile, metaphor, etc. All the rhetorical devices. Illustration. It is not that long explanation. It is a short illustration. In course of our speech or writing, sometimes we use that is, I mean. This type of illustration you have to avoid while writing summary. Direct narration, technical words, minor details. Now here is a sample summary for you. Let us read out the passage on left hand side. The House of Commons yesterday, without a division and without the blessing of the Home Secretary, passed a private member's bill approving the principle of a fixed date for Easter. It will now fall to the Foreign Secretary to approach foreign countries and potentates and secure their agreement. At present, Easter wanders over 35 days of the calendar, March 22nd to April 25th, to everybody's inconvenience. There is not a single business interest in the country or a single family that would not welcome a stabilization of the timetable. The Home Secretary stated yesterday that there was a complete consensus of commercial opinion in favor of the change. The railways would rejoice at it, and so would the schools. It is a mundane convenience like daylight saving, and the day will come when everyone will wonder how we ever got on without it. This is about fixing a date for Easter. Easter is a festival for the Christian people. Once upon a time, there was no fixed date for Easter. So a bill was presented table in the Parliament for fixing a certain date for Easter. Now we can find out the main points from the text. On right hand side, you have the main points. The first one, House of Commons approval of principle of fixed Easter is taken from the underlined sentence. Second one, agreement of foreign countries now needed. This point is taken from the shaded sentence. It will now fall to the Foreign Secretary. Number 3, present movable Easter inconvenient to everybody. This is taken from the bold-faced sentence. At present, Easter wonders. And the fourth one, change would be welcomed. Taken from the italicized sentence. The Home Secretary stated yesterday that. So now we can combine all these main points to make a summary. Here is the summary for you. The House of Commons stirred fast. Without division, a private member's bill in favor of a fixed stir. The Foreign Secretary has now to secure the agreement of foreign countries to the principle. The present movable stir is universally inconvenient, and a change would be welcomed by the entire community. Here is another summary for you from your text. This is called a textual summary, which may come up in the exam. This is a poem taken from Unit 12, Lesson 1 of your textbook. You can take it, you can read it from your textbook. Number 1. He, the speaker, will go to Innisfree to live alone in a cabin of earth and reeds in the woody space with bees and beans. Point number 2. You will enjoy slow dropping peace at dawn with cricket songs and have dim midnights, bright noon and musical evenings. Number 3. He repeats his intention to go through immediately, as he always hears the lake's waves breaking on the island shore in the depths of his heart. Now, let us piece together all the main points to turn it into a summary. This is the summary of the poem. He, the speaker, will go to Innisfree and build there a small cabin of earth and reeds to live alone with rows of beans and a beehive in the woody space filled with buzz of the bees. You will enjoy slow dropping peace at dawn with cricket songs and have dim midnights, bright middays and evenings of fluttering birds. He repeats his intention to go there right now, as he always hears the lake's waves breaking on the island shore. Even standing on the urban roads, he hears the sounds in the depths of his heart. Now is the time for homework. For your preparation, here is a task for you. Make a summary of the poem The Schoolboy by William Blake. Unit 5, Lesson 3 in your textbook. Thank you very much, dear students, for joining the class.